I typed labella are stupid. Hey everyone, it's Caroline. Today, I'm going to talk about labels. Just to be absolutely clear what kind of labels I'm talking about, I mean things like fangirl, geek, nerd, cool kid. Yeah, those. Basically, label is anything you identify with, whether it be positive or negative. A label that I identified with all through middle school was annoying. In 6th grade, I went into public school for the first time. I was a bit different from the other kids, seeing as how I'd never gone to public school, and so I didn't always act the way that they expected, and so I got labeled as annoying. I just recently actually got rid of that label for myself, which really did a lot for my self-esteem and just my overall confidence as a person, which is really, really important in these years. Now, annoying was just the beginning of the labels I got rid of. A couple of months later, actually just the other day, I was skiing with a friend of mine I'd met the night before and telling him how much of a geek/nerd I was. I didn't mean it like, OMG, I'm such a nerd. No, it's just something I'd always identified with because it's what I'd been told. Then he told me, I don't see you as a geek. What makes you that way? And that set me to thinking, why on earth do we try to fit into little boxes of labels that we can never completely fulfill? As a person, you will never fit perfectly into a specific little niche. Face it, you're never going to fit perfectly into a specific group unless you completely compromise yourself and become a robot. I happen to enjoy the music of 5 Seconds of Summer. Something that comes with loving that music is the idea that I am an illiterate little teenage girl who doesn't know what I'm talking about. I don't think so. So don't try to change yourself to fit into the criteria of popular girl or geek. Really, you can only be yourself, and that's just the way it is. In all honesty, labels defeat their own purpose. It's something that's your identity, but unless you change your identity, you can't be what you're considering your identity. Savvy? That's not to say that every label ever is bad. So here with me, I have a list of labels we should identify with, because these are the ones that God has given us. Co-heir, child, forgiven, loved, accepted, forgiven, and things like that. Things that God says about us, not what the world says or what the internet says or what our friends say, because that's not the real deal. Instead of focusing on what the world and our friends and all those things say about us, we are meant to meditate on, where'd it go? Whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report. If there is any virtue and there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. The label fangirl tends to have some negative connotations. That's not of good report. The label popular girl can have some other negative connotations, which don't exactly imply purity. Other things like that are not what we should focus on, but the ones that I said earlier, things that God says about us. That's just the truth. My song suggestion for this episode is Bite My Tongue by Reliant K. It's about holding back things that you know you shouldn't say. Our quote for this week is by Dr. Seuss, or Theodore Geisel, if you don't know that's his real name. It is. It is, do what you want and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, still don't know where the button is, pretty sure it's down there, yeah, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at itsnotcarolyn. Have fun, change the world. I am on this spiel, and I try to keep it in my focus a lot. And the other day, they were labeling boxes at our one-act play rehearsal, and so I was trying to be all cool and hipster, which is slightly ironic considering what I typed. I tried to put on the label machine, labels are stupid, but I hit the wrong button, and I typed labella are stupid, which doesn't make any sense at all. But you can't just identify with yourself. Guy, out of my window, I'm filming! Nobody likes me. chair's making weird noises. But it's bite your tongue. No, bite my tongue.